This is Paul Wett with WettTraderLLC.com, here to talk to you about something that is so near and dear to my heart, and that's Fibonacci retracements, my friends. Fibonacci. So sit back, folks, get back into your way back time machine, and let's go back to the time where the Fibonacci series, the golden section ratio, are two very important mathematical principles, folks, which occur repeatedly in nature, art, architecture, and science. These principles have been noted to occur in everything from the growth of patterns of plants to the expanding spiral of the universe. It's not only the exact repetition pattern of these phenomena which amaze the broad range of circumstances which they are found, but the mass movement of human psychology is represented by the financial markets are also subject to these laws of nature. While the financial markets will not follow an exact Fibonacci pattern all the time, they will do so often enough that Fibonacci can be very useful aid in trading. The discovery, or perhaps more appropriately, the rediscovery of what is called the Fibonacci Number Series in the late golden section ratio was made by Leonardo Fibonacci. And Leonardo Fibonacci was a 13th century mathematician who, through his writings, the Liber Abaci, the book of calculations, brought to the modern world not only the Fibonacci number series, but also the present decimal system of counting. The system using the symbol 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 eventually replaced the traditional Roman numeral system throughout the world. While Fibonacci was made many other important discoveries, the one that applied often in the financial industry, it's going to be this, folks. Look at these. While Fibonacci, the one most often in the financial market, the Fibonacci number series, a related concept of this golden section ratio. The Fibonacci number sequence is derived by adding each number in the sequence to the previous number to arrive at the next number, starting with the number 1. Hence, the number sequence proceeds like this. It's like this, folks. You see this? 0 plus 1 is 0, is 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 2 plus 3 is 5, and then 3 plus 5 is 8, and then 8 plus 13 is 21, 13 plus 21, 34, and so on, folks. You get the drift. The principle of the golden section refers to the ratio of 0.618. That's this ratio right here, 618. Each number from Fibonacci sequence is related to the next number by a ratio of 0.618, i.e., if you take 895 is 618% of 144. Each number in the sequence is related to the previous number by the ratio of 1.618. Those are called extensions. Fibonacci extensions. Alternative numbers in the sequence are related by the ratio of 0.318. So we're going to put that up there too, folks. 0.382. These ratios become more exact as number sequence proceed. Fibonacci discovered the number series is often attributed to his observation of the great Egyptian pyramid of Giza. That's why I said, folks, way back time machine. The pyramid is 5,813 inches high. 5813. 5813. And are all Fibonacci numbers. Further, the proportions of the height to the edge of the pyramid are an exact ratio of what? Yeah, 0.618. Lending itself to the measurement of time and the total length of the pyramid base, 36,524 inches, which is exactly 100 times the length of a calendar year. 365 days, 36,524. So you see, folks, these numbers do work. And now back to WettTraderLLC.com and what these numbers can mean for you. These are the numbers that I use in my trading system. I have 4 criteria. Obviously, if you've been watching some of the videos, you know that we use we're trying to improve our probability of a successful trade. I mean, we have a 50-50 chance of making any money, right, folks? Come on, it's either going to go up or down. But if I can increase that probability by adding a couple of criteria, making sure that I have 3 or 4 of these criteria happening at the same time, it's just going to increase my probability of a successful trade. That's what we're trying to do for you, folks, right here at www.wetttraderllc.com. So we use the moving average, which is right here. We use the support and resistance levels here. We want to sell here. We want to buy here. The average is the middle. If we make a trade here, high probability we're going to be successful. Little points, we hit the PP plus or minus, 3 to 5 points on a 80 to 90% probability per period. Okay, this is a time sequence, which we have some of the Fibonacci numbers in here. And then we use the retracements. And I'll show you how the retracements work, because I got some great charts for you, folks. Some great charts. I'm going to pull up the monthly, which is a great chart. So this is this month, or this is the monthly chart. This is February. This doesn't have the excuse me. Doesn't have the March data in here yet, but let me show you how these Fibonacci charts work and how my software works. You don't need to do the actual math. I mean, if I come down here, let me try to erase this first. Hold on a second. Got a little too excited, folks. I'll tell you what, man, Fibonacci's really get me excited. Really gets me excited. If you come down here, you see the green lines right there. That's telling me I'm going to buy, right? Here's a high, here's a low. Significant high and low. Software doesn't work. You don't even have to do the Fibonacci because it calculates it for you. So if I know this is a high here and I know it's about 34, I look at the red to the right. 21, 25, 33. I want to get as close to 34 as I can. We're not going to be exact. This is going to be 12. I think it's like 12.55 or something. Yeah, real close right there. Look at that, folks. Look at that. See? Look at that. See, these numbers are right here. Right there. And these are some of the same numbers that I use on a daily basis right here. You see that? There's 1820. There's 0.38 right there. This is another number, 1804. So like I said, folks, these numbers work. These are Daniel book code numbers. And these are the Fibonacci numbers. I use both sequences. Why? Because I'm just looking for a reason to get in, folks. Because once I get in, I can manage my trade. And if I make money, great. And if I don't, great too. Because I have a stop in. And if I can do 80% of the time profitable, hey, that's what trading's all about. So like I said, so there's some really good support there. And this is what Wett Trader does, okay? It tries to find these support levels. But what it does, it doesn't just do it on the longer time frames. It does it on the shorter time frames. I mean, if I go in here and show you some of the other areas, once again, hitting our Fibonacci tool. Let's say we're back here and we're here, and it's saying buy. So this is our high. See, our high's right here. I want to try to get as close as I can. Here's our low, right here. You see that, folks? See, that's all I'm doing, folks. I'm just trying to. I got support here at the 2000. I got a moving average right here. Okay, lots of support. Now the same thing works. The same thing works in reverse, right? So now, this is my weekly chart, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bar low, 5 bar high. We're there already, right? But my time's got to line up. So let's see where I'm looking at on the backside. See, look at that. So if I go right here, I just passed this number. Here's our next number. I told you. We got a lot of room to run. Is all I got to say. Looks like we got a big gap right here. That's what I like right here. Big gap. And see, you can take these charts and go down to any time frame. The Fibonacci works on all the time frame. Here's the monthly, same thing. Now the monthly chart, if you notice, the only thing that's going to change is my high here. But just look, now I'm doing it as if it was a sell because we did make a higher high here. So we're saying that this is going to be our low, even though we don't. I'm off by 2 points there with that low, but even though I know this is 34, even though, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't use this high, see, so you only have so many charts, right? I mean, when you think about it, now look at this. This is a 2010 area, 2750. Now, also, that's a sell on the monthly right here, 2134.02. Look at that. 2007. Then we got 2003, 2004, 2005, 2063. All these are the Fibonacci's. These I use from another series in the Bible, the Book of Daniel. Retracement numbers are not that far off on some of them. But in the big ranges, it just gives you a little bit more room to dial everything in. And that's fine, because that's what I want to do. I want to dial everything in. I want to get as tight as these trades as I can. Now, they work on, like I said, all the time frame, folks. I mean, let's go down to the daily, you know. I know this is my low. At the time, this was my high, right? This was the 43. This was the 68. Let's just try to draw some lines, see? See, we had a 43. See, at this time, this was a high. See, look at that. 382, baby. 382. Are you kidding me, folks? Look at that. I got an 18-day 91. I got that at 91.50. Folks, come on. This is telling you something right there. Telling you to buy. And why do you think I said that on my video? When I went out for my weekly forecast, and we were coming down here, and then we closed the week up here and came a little bit down. I kept saying buy, folks. Why? Because I know that we're finding support here. You know, same thing on the other side. We can go from the low. So this is my last significant low to my last significant high. And like I said, folks, the red numbers, and see this number here, my secondary number, my 2105. This is a 25, so now I got 2105 as well. Let me see if I got that 2105. See, this is going to be, there's two daily ones, 2105. Actually, that would be, a sell at the 2105. Actually, that's the wrong number. 2105. There we go. So, long ways to go back up there, too, like I said. Now, the other thing that Wett Trader is going to do, www.wetttraderllc.com, we can find out where the market's going to find support, hopefully, because if it's going to be an uptrend, we go up, we're coming down. Here's areas of support. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. If we pass 100%, then what happens? What's that mean? It's not an uptrend, folks, because we're making a lower low. This will be a longer-term lower high. So my opinion, and like I said, I still think we're going to go much higher. That's what I love about WettTraderLLC.com. It will get you dialed in, dialed up. If you want to try this project, try this. If you come down here, see that? Here's another great example. And the software does these calculations all the time, automatically, without you having to do a thing. See, look at this. We got a 6-8 retracement here, 81. Look at that, 75. And I know if I then want to take a look at my data and I see my PP for the week is at 74. Folks, come on. See, 3-4 numbers lining up all together. It's worth $300 to take a trade right there. Because if it doesn't hold that point, this place by 6 points, if it doesn't hold that retracement by 6 points, then that's okay. Then I'll just go for the next one, right? So Click on the yellow banner at the top if you're watching this video. Try the demo, www.wetttraderllc.com. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the time. Thanks for the video. Have a great day.